Hi everyone, and welcome to our week 6 video, week before spring break. Yay! I hope that some of you will be able to get at least a little rest over spring break. So in the interest of doing that, I'm going to give you this video tutorial to help you format Essay 1. So the formatting of Essay 1 is worth 10% of your overall grade on the assignment, so you can get that formatted before you start writing and get those extra 10 points on the assignment. So all essays for this class will be in MLA format, that's Modern Language Association format. There'll be a grammar and writing presentation on MLA format available under the Assignments tab on Blackboard soon. But for now, this tutorial is actually just a step-by-step how do I format my essay in MLA format. So the grammar and writing presentation will have more examples. Essay 1 will also be an example of good MLA format. And I'm going to show you in this tutorial how to format your essay step by step. So if you all notice, I'm in Google Docs. This is because I think the majority of you will probably choose to write your essay in Google Docs because you're used to using that. If you have Microsoft Word, the dashboard for Google Docs looks pretty much exactly the same as it does for Microsoft Word. There's only one major difference, and I'm going to show you that difference when I get to it. So the first step in formatting your essay in MLA format is to make sure that the font is in Times New Roman font. So usually it's not set to Times New Roman font when you open a new blank document. You have to set it to Times New Roman. If you don't see it at the top, just scroll down until you get to T and it will be there. The font size should always be 12 point. It's usually set at 11 to begin with, so you have to change it to 12. After that, you want to make sure that your line spacing is always at double. Again, this is not usually set for you. You have to go in and make the change. So set it at double. You also do not want a space before or after any paragraphs. So in MLA format, your spacing should be double spaced, evenly spaced for the whole essay, no extra spaces. So that's the one main difference between Google Docs and Microsoft Word. I'm going to go into a blank Word document. If you use your paragraph drop-down, make sure your line spacing is at double. The before and after should be at 0. Normally, it's automatically set to 8 or 12 for some reason. You have to move that down to 0. So make sure the before and after spacing is always 0, so you don't end up with any weird spaces in between your paragraphs. So that's the one major difference for Word. For Google Docs, it should automatically evenly space with no extra spaces for you. So after you have your font size correct and your spacing correct, you want to make sure that you insert a page number. Never type the page number into your essay, because if you do that, it will get really wonky when you upload it to Blackboard. It could end up in the middle of the page sometimes. You always want to insert the page number instead. So I go up here to Insert, down to Page Numbers, and I choose the option where the page number will start at 1 on the first page and will evenly go 1, 2 in the upper right-hand corner. So in MLA format, page numbers should always go in the upper right-hand corner. Now, you see how it opens the header here. You can get back to that. I double-click on the essay to take that away. I double-click on the header to bring back the header. If you want to put your last name before the page number, you can do that. That's technically good MLA format. I don't require that as long as you have a page number here. I don't require the last name, but if you do put your last name, make sure that you put a space between your last name and the page number for correct MLA format. Coming back to the essay, now that I've inserting my page number will also make sure that the page number is different on every page. So if you just click on the heading and say 1, it's going to put a 1 on every page instead of 1, 2, 3, and so on. So you don't want to do that. So I double click back on the essay. Now, for my heading, I always want to make sure that there are 4 main things in an MLA format heading. This is not a business format, so there's no cover page. Notice how the page number will be on the very first page. Your heading will be in the upper left-hand corner of the essay. So for your heading, the 4 main things that you need to include. One is your name. The second one is my name. The class, and the date. But in MLA format, the date is slightly different in format than a normal date that you would write for a letter. So it's always day, month, year. You can put whatever day you're writing the essay, or you can put the due date of the essay. So that's, I'm going to just choose a random date here. So if that's the day that I'm typing the essay, notice how I put day, month, year, no comma, 1 space between the day and the month, 1 space between the month and the year. So this is correct MLA format, to have day, month, year for your dates. So those are the 4 main things that go in the header. After the header, I hit enter 1 time to go to the next line. And if I want a title, I don't require a title. Most of your professors will, though. So for a good MLA formatted title, you should center align this. This is the only line of the essay you will center align. So center align, give your title. If you want to say Essay 1, you can. If you want a fancier title, you can do that. It doesn't matter. If you don't have a title, I will not take points off for it, but you can include a title if you want. So title centered, then hit enter again, and go back to left align. So the entire essay, if you hit Control A, you can always check, but the entire essay should be left align except for the title, which should be in the center. So always left align your essay. If it's center aligned, if it sets it up that way, take it out and go to left align. This is because even though center align makes both sides of the document even, to do that, it has to put weird spaces in between words, and it makes it more difficult for me to read. So correct MLA format is left align, and I prefer left align. So please make sure that the majority of your essay, except for the title, is left aligned. The beginning of each paragraph of your essay should be indented. So you have to indent 1 tab. So if you look at your keyboard and find the tab button, hit the tab button 1 time. That will give me a nice even space at the beginning of each one of my paragraphs. I type some words, and then if I move on to my next paragraph, I'll just make this. Now notice this is Google Docs, so this is different. It's putting a weird space here. Oh, I think because this is 1 word and it won't let me do that. Hang on. So if I make 2 words, there we go. So once I have my first paragraph completed, I hit enter, I hit tab, and again, my second paragraph. Exactly the same. So at the beginning of each paragraph, I'm going to have 1 tab in to show that that's the beginning of a new paragraph. But notice how there are no extra spaces between the header and title, between the title and the essay, or between paragraphs. That's what we want to see for good MLA format. Now for this essay, there's no works cited page required. Your Essay 2 and Essay 3 will have a works cited page required, and we'll go over how to do that then. But for now, don't worry about including a works cited page. So that's the tutorial for formatting your essay in MLA format. If you have any questions about MLA format or how to format your essay, use the Help I Have a Question discussion forum on Blackboard to ask those questions. We can help each other out and make sure that we get those extra 10 points for formatting on Essay 1. Have a good spring break, everybody, and I will be looking out for your Essay 1s either before or after you get back or in between sometime. Please get some rest.